Take me away to the shining light over the waves, peaceful at night, there among the stars, glowing in the dark. You watch over me, smiling down patiently. Carry me to my love, o'er the sea to the clouds above, where I know He's waiting for me. Carry me to my love, o'er the sea to the clouds above. Carry me to my love, o'er the sea to the clouds above, where I know He's waiting for me. Carry me to my love, o'er the sea to the clouds When you hold me in the street and you kiss me on the dance floor, I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours. We keep behind closed doors. Every time I see you, I die a little more. Stolen moments that we steal as the curtain falls. It'll never be enough. It's obvious you're meant for me. Every piece of you, it just fits perfectly. Every second, every thought, I'm in so deep, but I'll never show it on my face. But we know this, we got a love that is hopeless. Why can't you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that it could be like Does it feel the same? Would you leave if I was ready to settle down? Or would you play it safe and stay? Girl, you know this. We got a love that is hopeless. Why can't you hold me in the street? Why can't I kiss you on the dance floor? I wish that it could be like that. Why can't we be like that? 'Cause I'm Nobody knows I'm in love with someone's baby. I don't wanna hide us away. Tell the world about the love we make it. I'm living for that day. Someone, why can't I hold you in the street? Why can't